Hello. So, as usual, give me a comment or something and let me know that you can see me, you can hear me, and that you're alive. And pop your name in if you can, just because I can't see whose names are coming up. It just says viewer or watcher or user. So, yeah, definitely give me a wee comment. Let me know you can see me, and then we can get started. So, just give you a minute or two to do that. So I've got such amazing. Thank you, Kelly. How you doing? Excellent. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes just to let people join, right? So if you need to go and get a pen and paper, go get your pen and paper now because you're going to need it. Because what we're going to be covering tonight is just all about breaking that pattern of self-sabotage. Stop sabotaging your own progress. Everything okay? Hearing and looking at you from Cancun. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Hi, Louise. How we doing? And I hope you're getting that laundry done, Louise, and I hope you're not doing it. So how's everybody doing? Let me know how you're feeling today. What's going on for you? We'll just give it another minute or two. This is great. So glad that everybody's here. And what I've done is I've put all the questions for the exercise into some nice graphics, which means that we can all go through it, and you'll have me speaking, and if you miss it, it'll be on screen. So a sunny day in Vancouver, oh my gosh, absolutely incredible. That sounds amazing. So good, some of the numbers are starting to go up a wee bit, and what we'll do, hi, how are we doing, Claudette? Amazing, right, good. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. So listen, I don't like to mess around too much and do lots of waffle and stuff. Everything that I do on these trainings is I like to keep it very intentional because your time's precious. And the fact that you're prioritizing this over the millions of things that you could be doing today and tonight, it doesn't go it's not unappreciated, I don't take that for granted. So thank you so much for being here. We just lost a whole bunch of folk there. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so without further ado, let's crack on. So I'm Andrea, the Dominant Mindset Coach, and I have Dominant Mindset Coaching. Right now, this is not just being streamed in the groups, but it's also being streamed onto Twitter for the first time, YouTube also, and onto LinkedIn, because I just want people to see roughly what these trainings are like. If you do enjoy this training, then please join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is facebook.com/groups. Either I Am Powerful with 2 L's at the end, or Dominant Mindset Coaching. So anyway, without further ado, what I'd really like to first of all do is just extend a special welcome to anyone that's new to me or this, or anyone that's struggling. You're in the right place, right? And the fact that you're here tells me that there's something important to you that you want to change. And that's just wonderful, the fact that you're here and you're doing something about it. So let's just acknowledge that, first of all. The other thing that I'd like to invite you to do is just to listen in a particular way. And I'm going to share a story, and I'd like you just to listen for the similarities. Ignore the differences, right? Because they don't really move the dial for you. But just listen for similar feelings, similar thoughts, similar actions that you might have done yourself. Because what I really want you to get is that wherever you are right now, it doesn't have to be that way, okay? So when I first realised that I was self-sabotaging, I used to just I've always called it the fuck it button, right? Who cares? I'll just break things down. And what I realised was that I'd done this my whole entire life, right? So I would go into relationships expecting them to fail, because that was my experience of relationships, that guys cheat, they can't be trusted, that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. And so I'd set myself up for failure. And then I would get so far in a relationship and it would just blow up, right? And I'd go, oh, I can't believe that's happened again. And then this relationship would end and I would immediately look for another one to fill that gap. And I did it with jobs. I job hopped for most of my life until I found being a dominatrix. And when I was a dominatrix, I was there for about 12 years. And I stayed in that because I could come and go whenever I wanted to. And the sabotage that I was doing to my own business wasn't so obvious, right? Because I had a big following and all of that stuff. And I could post whatever I wanted and pretend I had this curated perfect life, right? Anybody can say whatever they want online. But I wasn't happy. And then, I did it with alcohol. So I'd stay off it for a wee bit and then I'd hit the fuck it button, right? And I redecorated my house and I built things, I dismantled them. And the cycle that I used to go through was I would become aware that there's something missing in life, right? And I've always had that feeling probably my whole life, is that there's something missing, there's something not whole and complete about me, about my life. There's something, there's a gap here, right? A hole in the soul is what I used to call it. And then I'd get my eye on something, right? And I'd go, oh, do you know what it is? I need a different boyfriend, or I need a different car. It could be, a different car. I need to redecorate. Do you know, it's the living room. It's the living room. That's what it is. It's doing my head in. I need a new kitchen. I need a new bathroom. I need a new this, a new that, a new whatever. I need a good night out. That'll sort me out, right? But all I was doing was just gathering all this stuff, right? And sometimes I was really fucking struggling to get it. So, get a new boyfriend, that involves dumping somebody, going through a bit of heartbreak, which I would completely avoid, right? By just jumping into a new relationship. And I would struggle to get my hands on these things, right? I'd need to save up, I'd work extra hours, I'd become workaholic, all of those things. And then I'd get the thing. I'd get the new kitchen, the new car, the new boyfriend, the new whatever. And I'd realise that's not it. And then I'd be so disappointed because I'd be sitting in the beautiful living room going, why am I still not happy? What is that? Frustration, right? Anger, disappointment, sadness. That was all the feelings that I always felt. And then what I would do, rather than let it click that maybe I'm the problem, I would go back to searching again. Right, okay, it wasn't that, so it's got to be something else, right? Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe we should just get rid of him and get a new one. Or maybe we should just, maybe if I have more subs, better subs, maybe if I get more clients, better clients, different subs, different, I changed country at one point. I travelled around the world looking for something outside of myself that was going to make me happy, and it never ever happened. And I hit a point where I realised that this just isn't it. Because what I was doing was I was just sabotaging my life all the time. And one of the reasons I love doing that is because I love the climb. I love that building something. I love being on the back foot and proving everybody wrong. And I love that. And another thing that I used to do is I would get so far and I would have no plan beyond that. So then what I would do is dismantle what I've got so that I can climb again. I don't know if anyone else has ever done that before, but that was something that I actually did with this coaching business at one point. I got so far and then I was like, oh, foot off the gas, let's dismantle it so that I can put the foot in the gas again and have that energy. But what I didn't realise is that I could have just kept that energy going and just set myself a bigger goal. So now I'm rebuilding. So basically these cycles can show up in lots of different ways. So let me know what you're hearing in that for yourself so far. Like, what are you getting from it? Can you see yourself in any of this? So I'll give you a minute or two just to say what's there for you, and just pop it into the comments. I'm not sure that I'll be able to see any tweet comments, but I can always go and check my phone. So let me have a wee look. I'm hoping that it's actually coming up there. It is. All right, good, cool. So let me know what's there for you in that. Does that sound familiar? Have you ever done any of those things? Yep, rinse and repeat. Cool, yep, done it myself. Baffled as to why I kept doing it as well. Had no idea what was going on for me, why I was doing it. I couldn't even see that I was doing it sometimes, because what I was doing is I was blaming everybody else for why it wasn't working. So instead of me going, right, I'm restless and I can't seem to settle and I can't seem to keep a relationship, he was the problem. He was at fault. And I'd get my blame thrower out and it would get right around everybody. So always the next course that's going to kickstart my life. Totally get it. I've done it with courses as well. Try to feed the machine. Doesn't work. So what I needed to do was I needed to smash that cycle of self-sabotage. But I needed to do it in such a way that I would have a process that I could follow at any point in my life, no matter the situation, no matter what was going on for me, that I would have a way of lifting myself out of that I would have forever, that just would become part of my thinking. And that's what I've developed. And that's what I've been developing. And now what I've got is a 5-step system that will help anybody to self-coach, to lift themselves out of that. And you can use it for letting go of things from your past. You can use it for setting appropriate boundaries. You can use it for writing your own future story. And you can use it for breaking these patterns of self-sabotage. So what I'm going to take you through tonight is I'm going to take you through the first part of it, just to let you see how powerful it is at getting your eyes on what's really going on for you. And then if you want to fill in the blanks and if you want some help to really get this right into your psyche and, just create the life that you want, right? And set boundaries without feeling guilty about it. And ask for what you want without going, oh, what are they going to think of me? All of these things, right? This is what I want for you, but you've got to want it for yourself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask you to go and get pen and paper and just put a yes into the chat. Let me know that you've got your pen and paper so I know when to start moving on for it, okay? So hi, who just said hi there? So let me know when you've got your pen and paper. Just put a yes into the chat or a Y or something, but just let me know. Brilliant. Good. Okay, cool. So on this 5-step process, it's the 5 Ds, right? And it's dig and declare, and then it's distinguish, decide, discover, right? So what we're going to go through is, and there's a pre-game to it as well. So I'm going to teach you the pre-game, and we teach you the first bit of the process, okay? Which is probably the most powerful bit, but you're going to get something from this. You're going to see something in your life that you haven't seen before. So the first thing that I want you to do, and I'm just going to pop this onto the chat or onto the screen. What is something in your life that's missing? What's a challenge? What's something that you want but you don't have? What's something that triggers you, that's pissed you off? And what I'd love for you to do is to get it into one sentence. Scrape off all the story, take away all the run the houses, get it into one sentence. It might look something like, I really want a better car. It might look like, I'm pissed off with my job. I hate it when my partner criticises me. My pals not phoning me makes me feel like shit. I feel excluded from my friend group. My business isn't moving and I'm starting to run out of money. Like, whatever that is for you, get it into one sentence, right? One very succinct sentence. And then what I want you to write down is, how long has that been? How long has it been bothering you? How long has it affected you? How long have you wanted it? And let me know when you've finished that bit of the exercise. Or it could be one thing that you keep sabotaging. It might be your health and fitness. Maybe I just keep messing up my diet or my gym or whatever it is? Good, brilliant, excellent. I'm starting to see some comments coming through. Perfect. So now that you've got that, how does it feel to know that you don't have it? Or how is this thing making you feel? What's the emotion that you're feeling right now? Is it sadness, disappointment, anger, frustration, worry? What is it that's there for you? And nail that emotion down. And then what I want you to look at is, what is it that you've told yourself that's had you not have it? Or that's created all of this situation for you? And once you've done that, give me a yes or a why or a finished or something. But just let me know you've done it. Just checking for comments. Good, perfect. Right, we can move along as a team. Perfect, amazing. Right, okay. So now we're going to look at some digging, right? So we're going to look at, what must you be believing about that external thing or things, right? It might be a person, it might be a business, it might be the gym, it might be the car, it might be your house, it might be your kids, your pal, your husband, your wife, your sister, your mum, your brother, whatever it is. What is it that you're believing about that thing or things that's creating all of this for you? And the next question is, what must you be believing about your future with that thing? Right? So the future of your relationship, your business, the object, right? It might be a car. So you might believe that, oh, you're never ever going to get a better car. That thing's always just going to cost you money. It might be that you have a belief about the future of a relationship, right? There's never going to be a relationship, or that it's never going to change. And this, I mean, this is real high level stuff, but it's still going to give you access to something you didn't have access to before. So what must you be believing about the thing, the external thing, and what must you be believing about your own future in relation to that thing? And then the next part. Let me know that you're done. You're good to move on. Just put a yes, a why. Let me know. And if you are good to move on, then we'll go to the next questions. We good? Perfect. Okay, cool. The next one, and this can be the stingy one. What must you be believing about yourself that's creating this situation for you? Maybe that you can't do any better. It's not for you. You're not worthy. You're never going to be able to figure this out. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're not cared for. You're not appreciated. What is it that you're believing about yourself? And the next bit is, where are those beliefs taking you if nothing changes? Where does your life go if you do nothing about those beliefs, if you keep a hold of them? And what I'd love to invite you to do is to now declare this, right? Declare it in the chat. Good. Stuck in a rut. Okay, what else? Where's everyone going with this? And by the way, thank you for commenting first, because you commenting first, it makes space for everybody else too. It gives everyone else permission. So, stuck in a rut. Any advances on stuck in a rut? Living a non-life? By the way, I've done this. I've done all of these things. I've ended up in a rut. I've lived a very unfulfilling, beige life. There's no excitement. And any excitement was short-lived, because old age, working 24/7, never having taken my children away. And what does that feel like? What would that be like for you to be in old age, working 24/7, having never taken your children away? What would it be like for you to just have a non-life, or to just continuously be stuck in a rut? Because you see, that's no life for anybody. Exhausting already, right? How long are you going to put up with that? How long are you going to just deal with that and be okay with that and pretend to yourself and to everybody else that you're okay with that? I'm all right, I'm fine, everything's cool. So both children are already in university. Okay, good. You must be super proud of them. So now that they're both in university, it's your time. Your time to put yourself first. Stop people pleasing and resenting. Stop being unable to set boundaries, or when you do set them, you feel guilty about them. Or, still going over stuff for the past, carrying regrets and resentments. Exactly, right? I'm here for that energy. Good, got to pay for them. And then we want to start really breaking these cycles. Exhausted, nothing happens fast enough, can't make it happen in time, despite how hard I'm trying. It's too much for one person to do. No help. Yeah. And I'm not sure what it is that you're up to, but how much are you sharing what you're up to? How much are you telling people, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm up to? Because that's the quickest way to enroll people into helping you. And how much are you hiding, right? And then nobody really knows what's going on with you. You're telling everybody you're fine. Because I've done that. I've told everybody I was fine. I didn't want help off anybody, because that meant I was weak. Amazing. So what would you like instead? Like, what would be the ideal scenario? What would you love to have instead? And put that into the chat, right? Because in order for you to go from where you are right now, which is what we've just painted out there for you, in a fair level of detail, right? So we know what's going on for you now. But there's a place that you want to be, and there's a gap, right? So it's work, told the one person that can help. I've been left to fight it. Just want work to be a success, things in the pipeline to push it forward. Amazing. Shift my business to a streamlined model that allows free time. Yes. I burnt out last year, like big time. Excitement, a fulfilling life. Good. right? But there's where you are right now, and then there's where you want to be. But in order for you to close that gap, you're going to need to let go of all of that resentment and all of that stuff that's in your past. Otherwise, you'll put it into your future, and nobody wants that. Get up and go has got up and gone. Yeah, fuck. I know what that's like. So you want to be writing your own future story. You decide what happens, how your life goes. Whenever you say something's going to happen, it happens, right? This is what you want to be. This is what we want to be getting towards. So writing your future story, letting go of the past, and really going towards your potential, right? Which is infinite, by the way. You want to start taking your power back from places, people, things, situations that have been puppeteering you for so long. Someone says something and you get triggered and you go off your head, or you feel rotten for a day or whatever. What's essentially happening there is somebody's got your strings and they're just puppeteering. About, right? Am I back? I'm back. Good. So you want to be taking your power back from places, people, situations that has drained you of power and of energy. Set clear boundaries that you don't need to feel guilty about. And that gives you power in the present. And then we need to look at the future, right? So we want to become unstoppable, so that now that the past is dealt with, now that the present is powerful, then the future, we need to stop those self-sabotage cycles, break that, right? Be able to self-coach yourself through things so you don't end up in a cycle in the first place. And by doing that, then you get to create whatever you want, right? You become unstoppable in the future. So does that make sense? And if it does, just give me a yes, right? Because that's the three elements that's going to get you to where you want to be in the quickest time. So let me know if that makes sense to you. Just put a yes. Excellent. Good. And what I'd like to hear from you now is 100% yes. Okay, good. Brilliant, right? Now, I can help you do that because I've done it for myself and I've done it for loads of different people. But you need to want it. So, and you need to be fully committed 2 feet in to really changing your life and taking yourself on, taking your life on in a way that you've never done before, in a way that isn't just more information, more books, more stuff, more videos, more whatever. It's real transformation. It's a shift in your thinking that doesn't go back once it's shifted. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, let me know. I'll reach out. I'll probably reach out to most of you anyway and just say thanks and give you the replay, and we can have a chat then. But hopefully this process has helped you to see that where you're at right now, right? And just what that gap is there that we need to start filling. And let me know, just what's your biggest takeaway from today? What have you seen today that you hadn't seen before? What's there for you? And just pop it in the chat if you're brave enough to share. Believe in yourself. Good. Life can be amazing if you want it to be, and if you do the work. beautiful. So I just want to thank you again just for choosing this over the millions of things that you could have been doing, right? And, you know, we can reach out, we'll have a wee call, we'll have a chat. I'll tell you what I've got and work out if I can help you, if there is a good fit there, and if there is, great, right? If there's not, I'll still do what I can and point you in the right direction. I don't work 24/7, I don't deserve success. Ah, right, cool. That one is me, right? Because I have been a hyperachiever all my life. And I did the self-sabotage test and I was 10 out of 10 of hyperachiever. And if I'd got a 9 out of 10, I'd have been raging. So that tells you everything that you need to know about that. And that's coming down because it needed to. I was burning myself out. But I know that block very, very well, and I know how to get past it. So let me know if you want me to share that with you. So listen, this has been absolutely incredible as usual, and I'm just so happy to just be able to reach out and help people like this. And if you've enjoyed this, please come and join the Facebook groups. And please come in and just interact and let me know what you think. And if there's anything that you need, let me know as well. If there's anything I'm not covering that you're like, please go and cover this, let me know. I'm open to that, right? So thank you again, and I'm going to wrap this up now. If you've got any more questions, please just drop me a message, and I will speak to you soon, and I will see you on the journey. Mwah. Thank you.